I wanted to go over some TA real quick. The NAS 100 in particular is giving a lot of fruit for labor. If you get in now, it would definitely not be the worst decision. But if you're trading it on the H1 analysis, I would say that you would want to wait for some pullback. I pray to God that doesn't happen because I'm trading it on the 5, and the critical level is defined here at $14,088. So we got to wait and see, right? We got to wait and see, but it's going to be 6 minutes before we get that close. And as it stands right now, the original entry that I took back at market open is standing at about a little over 100% returns. I think it's like 100 and I want to say 140%, something like that. Yeah, so that's what's happening there with the NAS. But if we go over to the Aussie, you can see that this is pretty much done. The spread is looking relatively decent. And if you waited for that market open to get in, you've done 300% returns if you trade with maximum leverage. If you use the KOT's specifications, then it would be 150% only. But this still transpires any other instrumentation vehicle that you would find out there. So really couldn't complain, right? Because we went from 74,348 up to 74,572. So you do the math, right? You do the math. It's good shit. Go over to the Dow Jones. The narrative doesn't change. This has also been relatively generous today. We had a call in the pre-market, which I'm not too happy about, but we did get that pullback, which would have allocated you to take essentially a risk-free trade with an entry here at 35,077. So when you took price back up to higher highs, you'd already locked in about 40%, not only on the margin, but potentially the account, right? If you're willing to be aggressive with it, this was a possible thing. And if we went back over to London at 1000 GMT, you would have seen the exact same permutation occur, but with a larger swing. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, so you would have had keys defined here, and then you would have had the break at 11:45, and then you could have waited for that pullback. And then this would have been the optimal area of interest, right? The optimal area of entry, allowing you to get in, full margin, you rock price up, you do a trailing stop or whatever, and that would guarantee you a lot of money. Like at least 200%. Right? So you could have some structure here, right? And then you would have some pullback, and then you would have, another order block formed, and so you could have moved the SL up here, and then you could have done the same thing again here, and you probably gonna stopped out here. That's fine, right? You went 088 all the way from 877. That's a lot of money. That's 200 points. And with this security, 40 points is about 20%. So yeah, it's all right. You just double the account in a single sesh, like whatever. No big deal. No big deal. Yeah, the last thing I'll analyze is the dollar versus the Japanese yen. So same thing. Structure defined on that blue line there. We got the crossover back in London, and now it's proceeding to make lower lows. Bye.